Greetings, redheads. Thank you for joining me in another episode of your favorite show, the one, the only Red's View. Of course, I am your gracious host, the one and only J Red. Thank you for joining me on this lovely Monday evening. On tonight's broadcast, make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/RedsView. You see it scrolling across your screen right here. And also, please, when you're watching this video, chime in. Don't be afraid to comment. It's very discussion based. So I want to hear everybody's opinion as I will share most of what I can on the screen so we can have a good discussion. Also, make sure you hit the like button, hit that like button or the dislike button. It is all good as long as we get some traction to get these videos out there to the masses. If you're watching on Facebook right now, do me a favor, make sure that you hit that share button. Now, I know it's a Monday night. It is a Monday night, and right now I'm supposed to be watching WWE Monday Night Raw because that's what I usually do on my Monday evenings, Monday nights. But tonight was an exception because I had to get this out the way because tomorrow is the big debate. That's right, Donald Trump versus Kamala Harris, whatever you want to call her. I will be tuned in for that tomorrow. So I wanted to make sure that I did this show tonight because we have to talk about the biggest thing going on in music. But before I do that, let me send my deepest condolences. The past few days, we've lost a lot of people. First off, RIP to Rich Homie Quan. RIP to the brother Rich Homie Quan. That was devastating to hear that at 34 years old, he lost his life. Allegedly, it was over because of an overdose. Not sure if that was proven or not. From my understanding, his girlfriend found him sleep. She thought he was asleep, rolled him over and saw he was foaming at the mouth or unresponsive or something like that. So that was devastating to hear. Rich Homie Quan, one of the dopest artists to come out of Atlanta in recent memory. I'll say that. His buzz was short-lived. His career was short-lived from what we knew him for. But man, I wish he would have been able to keep going. But shout out to Rich Homie Quan, man. Rest in paradise. Also, it was just in today, before I started the show tonight, I found out that James Earl Jones, the legendary James Earl Jones, lost his life today as well at 94 years old. Now, for those who've been hiding under a rock, I don't even know why I'm saying this because you should already know. But James Earl Jones is famous, most famous for being Darth Vader, the voice of Darth Vader from the popular Star Wars series. Also, he was in The Sandlot, and most importantly, Mufasa from The Lion King. Oh, I said most importantly. Hold on, let me not forget Coming to America, the greatest comedy film ever made. The greatest comedy film ever made, Coming to America. He was in Coming to America 2, Part 2. I didn't like that movie, but he was in so many different things, man. Stage plays like Fences. I grew up watching him. He's an admirable, honorable man. I just so many words, man. But I've enjoyed his movies. He was up there in age, so it's a blessing. It's a blessing to live to be 94, man. Everybody doesn't do that, but shout out to him. RIP. We have his movies and his legacy that he left behind. So yeah, big RIP to James Earl Jones. Also RIP to Fat Man Scoop. My last episode, I didn't give a shout out and a RIP to Fat Man Scoop. He ended up passing away. He collapsed on stage. So RIP to Fat Man Scoop. All right. So I had to get my condolences out there. What's up, Maya? YouTube definitely didn't notify me of this live, man. I wonder if I'm shadow banned. Because I be talking some real stuff on here. But shout out to Maya. Like I said, Monday night. Typically, I'll be watching wrestling tonight, but I had to talk about the biggest news that's going on right now, and that is Kendrick Lamar. Big as the what? Big as the what? Big as the Super Bowl. That's what I'm talking about. Kendrick Lamar will be headlining the Super Bowl. Kendrick Lamar will be headlining the Super Bowl halftime performance 2025, February 9th. It is going down. It is going down. It is going down. Man, it's a beautiful thing to see. Beautiful thing for hip hop. Of course, there have been a lot of stuff in the media recently going on. We'll get into all that, but just I want to give a huge big shout out to Kendrick Lamar for that going on. You know what? Matter of fact, let me pull up the video of his announcement. Ladies and gentlemen. Give me just a second. I was so shocked when I saw this, y'all. I was like, what is I saw an American flag. I was eating breakfast. At Snooze in Smyrna. Great food, by the way. I was eating my shrimp and grits, and then I look up. I just checked my Instagram, and I saw a Kendrick Lamar post, and I looked at it, and lo and behold, it was his announcement of him performing at the Super Bowl. Now, listen to this in case you missed it. Fair use, by the way.
There you go. Give me one more.
Can we hear this? Hold on.
Come on. Two more.
I don't hear it.
Just like that.
Yeah, I don't know why the sound isn't playing. Maybe because I muted the site. Okay, hold on. Let me do this. Let me stop sharing, then unmute the site. Okay, there you go. Okay. All right, y'all bear with me. Hold on. Here we go. I muted the site because usually I go live on Instagram, but hear this out.
There you go.
Fair use.
Give me one more. Come on. Two more. Just like that. You ready? Exactly. What the deal, everybody? My name Kendrick Lamar, and I'll be performing at Super Bowl 59. Will you be pulling up?
I hope so.
You know, it's only one opportunity to win a championship. No round twos. Let's get it. Boom.
That's all we needed to hear right there. That's all we needed to hear for right now. All right. So let that sink in. So Kendrick Lamar announced that he's headlining. Notice what he said right there. I hope y'all make it. There aren't any round twos. You can only win the championship or go after the championship once. That was a direct shot to Drake. Also, the message in it, like where he got the idea from, and I forgot, I lost it, but it was I don't know if it was a movie clip or something like that, but basically it was this sergeant talking about America, and he tied that in with Drake being Canadian and all this. So it just go look it up. I forgot what it is. I don't want to paraphrase it, but there was a reason he selected that big American flag and the way he was talking in it. All strategic. Job well done, job well played. Kendrick Lamar, this is big for hip hop. Kendrick Lamar is the first solo hip hop act to headline the Super Bowl halftime performance. The first solo hip hop act. Now, of course, they've had rappers here and there, but they've been sprinkled into other people's performances. They've been brought out, different things like that. But Kendrick Lamar is the first headliner, the first solo headliner. So this is crazy. This is crazy, man. The first thing I want to say about this is we can no longer play first-person shooter. We can no longer play first-person shooter by Drake and J. Cole. They said, what? Big as the what? Big as the Super Bowl. It's just me and Cole. Remember Drake has said that? Kendrick Lamar really showed us that he is really that big three. It's no big three. It's only big me. It's really no big three. It's only big me. These dudes, J. Cole and Drake, made the first person shooter song, and the stuff that they said came into fruition for Kendrick Lamar. Not only did this man defeat the biggest rapper of all time, which is Drake, he won that battle, but it felt like every month there's something different. Now keep in mind what happened. Not Like Us dropped in May, right? Ever since Not Like Us had debuted, Juneteenth, he did the pop-out show, monumental. That's a holiday. 4th of July, he put out the Not Like Us video, right? 4th of July. So Juneteenth, 4th of July. And now we're about to get Black History Month. Black History Month, the Super Bowl performance. Now, I don't know if y'all are aware of this, but this is the biggest show on earth. Nobody watches more of a one show than the Super Bowl. This is the grandest stage of them all. You have to be somebody, literally somebody, in order to perform at the Super Bowl. Like, this is huge, massive. I never saw this coming. And like I said, this is big for hip hop because you would expect somebody like Drake to headline it over Kendrick Lamar. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, right? Now, we can say that Drake and Kendrick. Drake is one of the reasons he got there. I'm gonna keep it a buck because of this beef, because of Not Like Us. We're not gonna fool ourselves and say that this isn't the case, right? But oh well, so be it, right? He's the biggest artist, the number one rapper right now, and to continue on the buzz, we're gonna go to February. So you gotta think, man, how is Drake? I was thinking today, mental health wise, like what is Drake thinking? How does Drake feel about this situation? Because once he performs Not Like Us, don't you realize it's going to be 300 million people that are going to be singing along about him wanting a minor, strike a chord, and it's probably a minor. 300 million people are going to be calling Drake a pedophile on national syndicated television, the biggest show ever. Oh, I didn't think it would get no bigger than this. Like every time Kendrick proves that it can get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, bigger and better. And it's all monumental. Keep in mind also, this is the Grammys are a week before this. The Grammys are a week before this, and we already know he's winning a Grammy. So he's gonna stroll into the Super Bowl, another Grammy. Kendrick just opened his mouth. Someone go ham on a Grammy right now. So he's about to get a Grammy again. Then he's going in performing Not Like Us. Now, some people were like, oh my God, it's a lot of hurt people. And we'll get to that later. But right now, we're just celebrating the essence of hip hop. To me, this is overall real hip hop. Real hip hop. He's a conscious rapper. Doesn't rap about just conscious things, but this is just proof to the naysayers that Kendrick Lamar is a superstar. And if you ever counted him out, something's wrong with you. Something's wrong. You say you have to admit that Jay is drawing the line in the sand, though, if he has a great amount of influence. Oh, we'll get to that. Oh, trust me. Rudolph, we're going to get to that. Shout out to Rudolph, ladies and gentlemen. But Not Like Us being played at the Super Bowl with a band and how creative Kendrick is. See, people were thinking that he was going to put out an album. That should be next. Whack 100 had just made a video talking about his buzz was dying down. No. We thought it was going to be an album. And don't get me wrong, an album still might come out. But even if it didn't, the Super Bowl is the defining moment. I thought the pop-out show was the defining moment. But then the video came out, and I thought the video was the defining moment. But no, this man is about to perform at the Super Bowl. Like, do y'all understand how big the Super Bowl is? There's no larger platform than the Super Bowl in the world. I'm talking about America, Europe, all the Asia. What show is watched more than Super Bowl? None. That's why it costs the most to get advertisement on the Super Bowl, because it has the most viewers. That's why artists don't even get paid to perform at the Super Bowl, because they're going to get paid from merch, album sales, streams, different things. That's one show where the whole entire world is looking at you, because football is America's favorite sport. The finals don't do it, like NBA finals. What's the baseball? The World Series? No, the Super Bowl is the grandest stage of them all. And I'm talking about from grand, like music, entertainment. There's no platform bigger than that. So it speaks volumes that Kendrick is going to do that. And it all came from a rap beef. But this also goes to show you that this is the biggest rap battle of all time. Hands down. I always say that, but man, and like I said, it's monumental because it's during Black History Month. It feels like Kendrick came up with a whole business plan. Like when Drake responded to him with push-ups, Kendrick said, okay, bet, I'm gonna get this paper and I'm gonna carve out this and I'm gonna draw this. It felt like he came up with feel like a business plan, don't it? Like a big portfolio of stuff that he just been collecting. Like, this goes to show you Drake stands for don't rap against Kendrick ever. Oh, it's more evident now than anything. You said they want Lil Wayne to get on stage with a 2-piece catfish fry. Talking about how to love. Oh, yeah. Norman, we about to get into that. Also, like I said, he said no round twos. When he's talking about no round twos, that's direct shot to Drake, because Drake kept, instigating, talking about he want to do a round two. Ain't no more round twos. Ain't no round twos in a rap battle. As far as not a rap battle, as far as like what they do, like the freestyles and stuff like that. Like when they do like Freestyle Friday, like actual rap battles. But when you're talking about a high profile public feud as far as trading diss songs, ain't no round two. The victor is the victor. I've been told y'all that since last episode. But I saw, and it's so the Drake fans, the Drake stands, I'll say, are crashing out. They felt like I saw a Negro say, well, that's Kendrick's way of waving the white flag. He's waving the white flag, saying he don't want to step into the battle zone with Drake again. Man, y'all shut up. Y'all shut up, man. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. But all in all, big congratulations to Kendrick Lamar. Well played. And some tells me it ain't over from that. Like I said, can you imagine him dropping his album in February around the same time of the Super Bowl on the same day as the Super Bowl? That man's numbers are going to go through the roof. And Lord knows what his album is about. But he has the catalog for it. He's about to really like this. Is it over for Drake? Is this really over for, like, I told you that Drake has no direction to go from now. You see, he's been spiraling out of control, releasing 100 gigs, like different things with like the content, the music. None of his songs that he came out with, none of those have charted higher than like number 20, which is unusual for him. His songs have been forgotten about, and it's a crucial time in his career because he has no creativity like that anymore. And I think, and I'm asking y'all, like, do you think this is the end of Drake? Like, I already said the Drake that we knew it, but the Super Bowl, this is very critical for him. He need to perform They Not Look Like Us at Trump's inaugural speech. It's over for Drake. Oh yeah, that's what people are feeling, man. I mean, like I said, I felt like Drake still had a career, you know, since this battle was over. I knew he wasn't going to be looked at the same, but the fact that, you know, it's been months and he has been able to bounce back. See, a lot of people thought that, oh, Drake will be fine. He's going to make another hit. All of us going to bob our heads to it, dance, waving our hands, all that stuff. He hadn't done that yet. The only people who feel like he's done that are his fans who've been trying to run his streams up. Ain't happening. So this is the nail in the coffin. I thought that Pop Out concert was the nail in the coffin. I thought the Not Like Us video was the nail in the coffin. But at the end of that Not Like Us video, remember the owl was in the cage and Kendrick is pacing around it? That is reality, ladies and gentlemen. If you didn't believe it now, I don't know what's wrong with you. I don't know what's wrong with you. So with all that being said, let's get into the BS. Let's get into the BS, all right? This is the big point I want to talk about because this is what's been having the internet on fire. Should Lil Wayne, should he be headlining over K-Dot? Now, the Super Bowl is in New Orleans, as Kendrick said, New Orleans, all right? But the Super Bowl is in New Orleans. And for the past year or two, there have been rumors and damn near petitions of Lil Wayne performing at the Super Bowl. The Superbowl Halftime Show, like a lot of people were saying that Lil Wayne, since Dr. Dre and Snoop, Dr. Dre and Friends headlined the LA Halftime Show, right? That this will be a great thing for Lil Wayne to headline since they're in Louisiana, New Orleans, the Superdome, right? But it didn't happen. It didn't happen, and it's not happening. And oh my God, like the Drake fan. See, this is really about Drake, but the Lil Wayne fans are upset. And I can understand why the Lil Wayne fans are upset. But I went to the poll. I took a poll, pause. I took a poll on my platform. I said Kendrick Lamar will be performing at the 2025 Super Bowl in New Orleans. What do you think? Now, I said Kendrick was the right choice. Then I said Lil Wayne should have performed. The proof is in the pudding right here, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I'm not paying these people. These are some subscribers. Some of them aren't. Look at this. Kendrick was the right choice, has 83%. Lil Wayne should have performed, has 17%. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? That's just from the results that I had. I asked, it's not biased or anything like that. Now, this is the reality of the whole situation, okay? Lil Wayne, could he perform as far as his catalog? Oh, yeah, he's Super Bowl worthy. No doubt, no question. But is he physically able to perform at a high capacity as such as the Super Bowl? Is he mentally ready to perform at the Super Bowl? The answer I feel is no. I say no. Um, I think he has a catalog, like I said, because if you think of Lil Wayne, you think of Cash Money, you think of Young Money, which is Drake, Nicki Minaj, you think of all his collaborations, all this other stuff, right? Lil Wayne could put on a good halftime show if he was ready or able to do it. And the reason I'm saying ready or able, I don't know if y'all been watching Lil Wayne in the last couple of years, but the dude is not a good performer anymore. He's not. I mean, did you see WrestleMania? I would play a clip, but I don't want to get a copyright strike. But earlier this year, April of 2024, Lil Wayne performed at WrestleMania, and it was god awful. It was god awful. He sounded all over the place. He sounded unsure, just like he sounded like a carbon copy of himself. Like it was terrible. Lil Wayne is just not a good performer. He's not. That's something Jay-Z could have looked at, the board of the directors or committee, because it's not just Jay-Z, and I'm gonna get to Jay-Z in a minute. But if, like, realistically, y'all, look at Lil Wayne's recent performances. Do you think he has the capacity to actually perform? I'm not talking about his catalog. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about him physically. He already says he forgets half his music anyway because he doesn't write. You know, that's the pros and cons to it. The pros is you get stuff done fast. You know, you don't have to write anything down. The con is, man, you probably ain't gonna remember what you just said because you didn't write it down. You know, you'll have to listen to it a few times. But to me, and I don't like freestyling because I can't connect to the music like that. Freestyling is cool, but coming straight off the top of the dome, that could be detrimental for you because you could end up like Wayne, especially if your brain is fried and all the lean he's been sipping. Lil Wayne just don't look the best either. Keeping it a buck. Now, if this was 10 years ago, I would be saying something different. But in 2024, going into 2025, I'm not trying to see Lil Wayne perform at the Super Bowl. And take away the Super Bowl being in New Orleans. Take away the Super Bowl being in New Orleans. Would people be saying that one day Lil Wayne should perform at the Super Bowl? Or are you only saying that because they're in New Orleans? Would people outside of it, the location, right? Would people still be thinking that Lil Wayne should perform at the Super Bowl? Because I don't think so. And a lot of people who are upset about Lil Wayne not performing at the Super Bowl, I think it's true that a lot of his fans are upset, but a lot of people are fake. This is a lot of fake outrage. This is a lot of fake outrage because y'all wasn't trying to see Lil Wayne perform like that. You don't go and see him perform now. If you did, you would agree with what I'm saying to you right now. But I think it's fake outrage, and I think it's because it's Kendrick Lamar, and Kendrick Lamar just beat your favorite rapper. That's really what it was. That's really what it was. You said that's the main focus. It's in New Orleans. Exactly. If it wasn't in New Orleans, y'all wouldn't be talking about this. Now you got to understand the people that are upset mostly are Drake fans. I don't even see a lot of Lil Wayne fans because a lot of people are a fan of Lil Wayne, Kendrick, and Drake, and whoever else. But when I heard the news, I was excited for it. Now I was thinking, oh, I thought Lil Wayne maybe had a chance, but this doesn't necessarily mean that Lil Wayne can't perform. This doesn't mean that Kendrick can't bring him out. But the question is, would Lil Wayne come out and perform? Would he? Because a lot of people were saying it would be messed up because, like I said, this was strategically done, and it's because of the success of Not Like Us and the whole rap battle, right? So he would do Not Like Us in some form of capacity at the Super Bowl, for sure. So that goes at Drake. Would Lil Wayne be comfortable coming out, since Drake is his artist, that's his mentor, right? Would he have so much loyalty for Drake to where he wouldn't come out to the biggest show ever in the world in his home city performing with Kendrick Lamar? Kendrick Lamar don't have beef with Lil Wayne. Kendrick Lamar look up to Lil Wayne. You even remember some years ago, back when Lil Wayne was talking about he was going to retire. Kendrick was one of the main ones in the studio listening to his stuff. Man, you can't retire. Nah, man, you can't retire. And was reciting his lyrics and stuff. We all grew up listening to Lil Wayne. So with that being said, And the only reason I'm saying this is because there is like petition, there's a movement going on to where the pressure is on to see if Kendrick is going to bring out Lil Wayne. Master P done said something about it, saying, hey, I love Kendrick, but I think he should bring out Wayne. Skip Bayless said something about it. A lot of different people have said that Kendrick should bring out Lil Wayne, even though he's not obligated to. But in the case that he wants to, would Lil Wayne do it? Is his loyalty to Drake so hard, so tough and solid that he wouldn't do it? Now, my thing is, I was talking to my homeboy today, and we shout out to Quinn Beasley. And what his answer was is that Lil Wayne basically has wiggle room right now. The fact that people want him there and to perform, it's a catch-22, but the burn wouldn't be that bad because a lot of people gonna say, oh my God, he portrayed Drake. The loyalty for Drake is gone, the industry is phony, but it's in his city and everybody wanted him to perform there. So what's the harm in him coming out doing a verse to a Millie real quick and going about his business? But the other side of that is this brood, and this is happening from the success of Not Like Us, which is calling your former artist a pedophile. So what does Lil Wayne do in this situation? Does he not care? I just don't see Lil Wayne not being there, to be honest, especially when there's this big movement to really have him there. The pressure is on Kendrick. So if he don't do it, what's going to happen? You know what I'm saying? But you say Wayne ain't got to perform, though. He will be choosing sides. True. But the fact that everybody wants him there, will that lessen the blow? It's a catch-22 situation. It's really a catch-22 situation. I don't know. But I do say that I don't see Wayne not being there. But like I said, man, Wayne just isn't a good performer. Let's just be honest. And he's not reliable. Matter of fact, I heard today that a big concert promoter, I'm not going to say any names, but I'll give you a hint. He's one of well, I ain't even going to do that. Nope, I ain't going to do that. I'll just say this. A concert promoter said that they wouldn't book Lil Wayne for the Super Bowl because he don't be on time. He's not reliable. I'll just say that, right? Is he a liability? You know, could Jay-Z have looked at Lil Wayne and said, you know what? I don't know about that. Because for the ones that are upset, Jay-Z never said that he was going to book Lil Wayne for the Super Bowl. Lil Wayne has said he wanted to perform at the Super Bowl. That would be nice, right? But there was never, I don't know if there were any negotiations. We don't know what happened. And one thing that people are saying is that Jay-Z must have something against Lil Wayne. Bro, that's cap. There's a video of them hanging out in the studio or something like that with Drewski most recently, like 2 weeks ago, they were kicking it, right? I'm sure Lil Wayne knew he wasn't performing at that particular, well, maybe he didn't, I don't know. But I don't think that there's any animosity towards with Jay-Z towards Lil Wayne. I think that it's a couple of reasons why that happened, but for the ones who are saying that he has something against Lil Wayne, don't you know some years ago, Lil Wayne owed like $14 million in taxes, and guess who helped him out? Jay-Z, Sean Carter. So what are you talking about? Would a person who paid your taxes when Birdman wasn't looking out for you and you were having this trouble and stuff, $14 million in taxes, would Jay-Z have done that if he had any animosity towards Lil Wayne? That don't even make sense. So I highly doubt this is a slight at Wayne or anything like that. I highly doubt that. You said Drake had to sell his ticket to Super Bowl. He can't even go enjoy himself. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. But for those who are saying Jay-Z got something against Lil Wayne, no. I don't think that's it. There's a couple of reasons why I feel like Jay-Z and the committee have made that move. 3 reasons. First one, Kendrick Lamar is the hottest rapper, the hottest act, and he has the hottest song that we've heard in the last 10 years. Kendrick Lamar is red hot right now. So if you have the red hot artist, and I'm talking about he's white hot. Is white hot bigger than red hot? I don't know, but he's sizzling, right? Now, the Super Bowl isn't about current artists all the time. Sometimes, most of the time, it's legacy acts. You know what I'm saying? When Prince performed at the Super Bowl, he was way past his prime, but it was great to see it. Different things like that. Now, that excuse me, that happens from time to time. But with Kendrick Lamar, all this success, and you got him performing at the Super Bowl, this is going to bring in a lot of viewers. Now, it's already the most highly viewed show, period, right? But the fact that the Not Like Us buzz is going into February, that's going to bring hella people there. Hella people, hella viewership. So business-wise, it makes sense for him to do it over Wayne. The other thing could be Jay-Z may not like Drake. Maybe, and this is just me putting my tinfoil Koofy hat on, maybe Jay-Z doesn't like the state of where rap is, and he's fed up with it, like how when the Death of Auto-Tune came out, maybe he does not like Drake. I don't think it's anything with Lil Wayne, but the fact that Jay-Z knows that Not Like Us is the biggest record and it's dissing Drake, I was thinking yesterday, like, damn, does he not like him? Does he not like Drake? Maybe that's the reason, right? But the other reason I say is because Lil Wayne isn't reliable and he's not a good performer. He's not. Those are the three reasons why I feel like Drake, I'm sorry, I keep saying Drake, why I feel that Jay-Z might not have chosen Wayne, right? Those three reasons right there. Now, of course, there's a lot of fake outrage going on right now. A lot of fake outrage. I'm talking about DJ Academics is crashing out. Let's go see what DJ Academics said. Oh my God. It is interesting to wonder if the Super Bowl was in New York, would Kendrick still headline the show? Or maybe it's because ninjas don't give a damn about Louisiana and their lineage and dot. What do you say? What you naming is Pop X. We don't give a F about where Pop X are from. Rap is hella regional. These artists only make it because of the backing of their inner cities. Let me chime in on that real quick. Rap is so territorial. Like somebody said this and it made sense. Would Metallica beef with Nirvana if the Super Bowl was in their city and the other one, just because they're from there, didn't perform? With rap, so you mean to tell me if the Super Bowl is in Tennessee, that means that you got to get 8 Ball of MJG and 3 6 Mafia to perform? You know, if the Super Bowl is in, which it wouldn't be, but in North Carolina, you got to get J. Cole. If the Super Bowl is in Chicago, you have to get Kanye West. How come with hip hop, like, and I know we're the number one genre in the world, but there are other acts that perform. Just because you're in a certain city does not mean that you have to have that rapper because it's their hometown. Like, ain't nobody about to be getting twisted in Chicago just because the Super Bowl is in Chicago. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to Laker for Life. I was waiting on you to come up in here. You said fake outrage seems to be the theme for 2024. It is, bro. It is. It's a lot of fake outrage. So let me go back to what Academics was saying. Hold on. Let's keep looking at Academics crash out, because this dude, oh my God. All right. So he said the Pop X, this is what Boosie, I ain't gonna read what Boosie said. It's hard to read what Boosie said, but he said, I feel you, Boosie. Jay-Z don't want to F with y'all ninjas like that ain't no conspiracy. He make the decisions. You think a Cali ninja could ever headline a Super Bowl in New York where he from? I mean, maybe he has a point right there. A lot of headlines, not in the music. So yeah, Act was crashing out. And then he even said this game 2 has nothing to do with running back in the battle between. All right, so Act was crashing out, of course. And then another person who was crashing out was Cameron. Another person who was crashing out was Cameron. Now, y'all know I love Cam. I could be very critical of Cam. Oh, do I have that up here? Hold on. No, his name there. Hold on. Y'all bear with me for a second. Bear with me for a second. Just had that up. No. You know what? I'll just do is. All right, let's look at Cam. Here we go. All right, so this is what Cam had to say on It Is What It Is. Him and Mace had chimed in about it. Is it a shorter clip? Let me see if it's a shorter clip. No, it's 3 minutes. I'm gonna play some of it.
And listen, I love Kendrick Lamar. I love the pop.
Fair use.
I think he's one of the top artists of this generation, period. Hate this election. It's in New Orleans. You don't get Lil Wayne. That's what we doing?
Yeah.
Listen, you don't get Lil Wayne in New Orleans for the
Hot
Super Bowl.
boys.
Not just Hot Boys, Cash Money, all the songs Lil Wayne's done, whether it's Blink 182, there's no reason why Lil Wayne should not be performing the Super Bowl. There's one person who's stopping this. I know, it's not really a secret. Lil Wayne had a problem with somebody before who's kind of part of the organization running it. This is payback.
Okay, if he's talking about Jay-Z, I think that's cap. Maybe he's talking about somebody else. I don't think it's no conspiracy. And let's talk about this real quick. See, because a lot of you Negroes don't think outside of just the hip-hop community. Y'all think only about just the hip-hop crowd, right? Would I love to see the Hot Boys perform at the Super Bowl? Absolutely. Would I love to see Cash Money Millionaires at the Super Bowl? Absolutely. The likelihood of that happening? None. The world, like, you got to think about the Super Bowl halftime performance. That's mainly for casual hip hop listeners or casual music listeners. Everybody in the world knew who Prince was, so it made sense to book him. Everybody know who Kendrick Lamar is, obviously, before the Not Like Us in the record and after the Not Like Us record. You can't go nowhere without hearing that. Everybody knows Lil Wayne, and Lil Wayne could indeed perform at the Super Bowl. But you expect him to bring out the Hot Boys and do what? What Hot Boy song would Lil Wayne do? And I love the Hot Boys. We're already getting that performance at the Louisiana Fest, which is going to be November 2nd. Wish I could go. They sold out. That's our Super Bowl what we're going to be watching. But the casual hip hop listener don't know who the hell BG is. They don't know who Turk is. Let's be real. They know Lil Wayne, but what do y'all expect him to do with Cash Money besides back that ass up? That's it. Even Bling Bling. Don't you know a lot of people don't even know that the term bling bling came from Lil Wayne and Cash Money and them. A lot of them probably if you go and ask the average person, you know bling bling? Yeah, I know bling bling. We don't call it that no more, but they be like, okay, you know the song bling bling. They be like, huh? Like that was a big record, but it was big, but a lot of people just gravitated towards what it meant. So some people don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people who don't even know about The Block is Hot Lil Wayne, 500 Degrees Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? Lights Out Lil Wayne. A lot of people only know Lil Wayne from Carter 2 on up. If that, probably Carter 3 on up. They know Mixtape, Dedication Lil Wayne. They don't know Lil Wayne and the old Cash Money before. They know Back That Ass Up because Back That Ass Up was huge. But they don't know BG. What do you expect BG and Turk to do at the Super Bowl? Right? I even saw people talk about they could have brought out Master P and the No Limit Soldiers. I'm like, bro, y'all got to think, man. Like, it's the Super Bowl. I know it's in New Orleans, but I guarantee you, because Master P is the music ambassador for the festivities around the city, so we'll get all that. It just ain't gonna be at the halftime show, not the halftime show. You say no, but if you can name numerous icons in the city, but LA, NOLA. First only name everyone that thinks you say Nola Wayne. Exactly. I saw some people say that they could have had some other Louisiana artists. Who besides Lil Wayne? But anyway, Cam is saying all that. Cam is entitled to his opinion, but I agree that Lil Wayne could. I already said my spiel about Lil Wayne earlier. Why the 3 reasons I think that Jay-Z didn't pick him, but I doubt that it's anything he has against Lil Wayne for sure. But yeah, other people chimed in on it. And the most famous one right now is Nicki Minaj. Oh, buddy, Nicki Minaj. Let's look at her tweets. So let me go. Where did she say this? Let me see. Hopefully she still has this up. Hold on, bear with me. Okay, this is the one that got my attention right here. Denying a young black man what he rightfully put into this game for no other reason but your ego. Your hatred for Birdman, Drake, and Nicki got you punishing Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne, the GOAT? Nola, what's good? Eminem stood firm on having 50 Cent come out, a white man. It's sad. House N-word things. But it's good for them. No loyalty. Well, them ninjas will keep sunning you. So she called Jay-Z a house Negro. she called Jay-Z a house Negro for not having Lil Wayne perform. For not having Lil Wayne perform, but having Kendrick Lamar, another black man, perform. Denying a young black man. First of all, Wayne is not that young. I mean, Wayne is like 42. But house Negro? See, Nicki Minaj is diabolical. She's off something. I'm not even going to say the narcotic. It sounds like she's on the narcotic. But that don't even make sense. That's not what a house Negro is. Like, how can you call him a house Negro for quote unquote snubbing Wayne, but having another black man, a socially conscious rapper, Kendrick Lamar, being there? He's the conscious of the conscious. Mr. Trying to set the slaves free. That's Kendrick Lamar. So how are you calling that? I think Nicki uses racism, feminism, homophobia. She uses all of that to her advantage when she doesn't get her way. And I can't stand people like that. I can't stand them. You use racism only when it benefits you, Nicki Minaj. Shut up, Nicki. And Nicki calling somebody a house Negro, isn't that the pot calling the kettle black? And the reason I'm saying that, give me a second. Hold on. Hold on a second. Look at this. Nicki, is this you right here? Nicki responds to Rosa Parks' lyrics criticism. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember she put out the song called Yikes? All you bitches, Rosa Parks, get your ass up. That's you. See, that's what a house Negro does, Nicki Minaj. That's what a house Negro does. Disrespects our foundational Black American heroes and icons. That's what you do. You talk about house Negro. Oh, let me keep cooking. Hold on. Hold on a second. Okay. Oh, man. No, I had that. Okay. Look at this. Look at this right here. Nicki, is this you? You see this? You remember y'all when she made this looking ass nigga song and had Malcolm X on the front cover being disrespectful? Our foundational Black American icon, Malcolm X, she used the famous photo of when he was fighting for his life, you know, getting hunted down, his house set on fire, him being paranoid, using his gun to protect his family. She used that for looking ass nigga. Like, so you mean to tell me that's not a house? That's what a house Negro does. That's a house Negro, Nicki Minaj. That is what a house Negro does. Oh, let me keep cooking. And since we talking about that, hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second. Now, this is fair use, by the way. Hold on a second. So since we talking about house Negroes, look at this. Y'all remember Lil Wayne on Black Lives Matter? Since we talking about it, fair use.
Your thought on Black Lives Matter?
What is it? What do you mean?
The idea was that there's this movement called Black Lives Matter, thinking that the rest of America didn't seem to understand that Black Lives Matter.
It just sounds weird. I didn't know that you put a name on it. It's not a name. It's not whatever. It's somebody got shot by police for a reason. I am a young black.
Listen to what he's saying, okay? Since we talk about house Negroes.
Rich. If that don't let you know that America understand Black matter these days, I don't know what it is. That man white, he filming me. I don't know what you mean, man. Don't come at me with that dumb man.
You see, that's Lil Wayne.
My life matters, especially to my.
Do you feel, though, connected to?
I feel connected to a damn thing that ain't got nothing to do with me. If you do, you crazy.
Boom. That's your house Negro right there. You remember that? So when we talking about house Negroes, please let's use it in proper context. When we're talking about house Negroes, let's talk about it in proper context. Not just because you're emotionally driven and you're upset that Lil Wayne ain't performing, which means your ass can't perform at the Super Bowl. Because if Lil Wayne perform, he's gonna bring out Nicki Minaj, he's gonna bring out Drake, He'll bring them out before anybody from Cash Money, if we're being honest. So, Nicki and other Drake stans, are y'all upset that it's Kendrick? Or are you upset that it's Wayne? Nicki, you are upset that you're not able to perform at the Super Bowl, and you done messed it up. Now you'll never perform at the Super Bowl. Thinking before you speak, going off over what? Over what? Laker for Life, you said, let me say this first off. I love my people, but what catalog does Dot have that has nothing to do being pro-black or dissing Drake that will entertain the worldwide fans for 20 minutes? Kendrick is actually one of my favorite artists, but his halftime show very predictable. Okay. Not like us for one, of course, that's obvious. We're gonna be all right. Swimming pools. I could keep going. He has also songs with Maroon 5, which reach a certain demographic. He has a song with Taylor Swift, which reaches a certain demographic. He could pull out other artists as well. So he has a catalog. Let's stop playing. He already performed at the damn Super Bowl. It was one song because it was Dr. Dre's set. But Kendrick can do it. Do you think that Jay-Z and the Rock Nation staff, do you think they would have had Kendrick on there if they don't feel like he's capable of doing a 15 to 20-minute set? Are you saying he has one of the highest grossing tours of all time out of any rapper? Of course he can do it. I gave you some of what he could perform. Okay. What was the man down? Mad City. Are you serious? You know how crazy the crowd would go because of that? You said, like I said, predictable. Well, I already admitted, Laker for Life, the reason he's there is because of the beef. Duh. Everybody knows that. It's because of the success of Not Like Us. It's the hottest song out. Of course, now he was already, this is going to be a second time performing, but he has the catalog for it. But the reason he's there is because of this. So, of course, he could do like that. Of course. But he has, we're going to be all right. He has a catalog and has had one of the highest grossing tours ever. So, yeah, you can get ready for that. But, yeah, Nicki, back to you. You coming up with all this stuff, like, just cut it out, man. Cut it out. And everybody who's upset with this, man, y'all need to relax. Y'all need to relax. And Birdman had something to say about it too. Birdman said it's some hating shit going on for real and all this other stuff. And I'm like, Birdman, that's you? The same one who tried to get Lil Wayne, you know what? I'm not even going to do it. I'm not going to do it on here. Nope. You know where I was about to go with it. But Birdman that was at odds with Wayne and a tour bus got shot up, that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Don't nobody want to see that but Dot and Drake haters, not worldwide fans. Usher was a worldwide fans are listening to Not Like Us, bro. Worldwide fans are listening to Not Like Us and all the other songs that I just named. Oh, you're going to see. Just be ready. Just be ready. It's done now. It is done now. But let me see if there's anything else I wanted to cover. Okay, let me ask you this, man. So with Jay-Z, there's all this outrage because I've seen people that they're outraged behind this whole Jay-Z thing. Like people are trying to Me Too him and talk about you were dating Beyonce when she was underage and you were messing with Foxy Brown. Where was all this smoke, this Me Too movement smoke for him when he first signed with the NFL? Was he a house Negro when he signed with the NFL? Because I remember clearly we were calling him out on that because Nicki Minaj even said, you know, Colin Kaepernick took a knee and you took the bag. Okay. Were people saying that at the time when he signed with the NFL? Were people saying that then? See, last year, everybody loved Jay-Z for bringing out Usher. Everybody loved Jay-Z for Rihanna. Everybody loved Jay-Z for Dr. Dre and Snoop and all them other ones. So all of a sudden now, since he did one artist that you don't like, he didn't have them come out. Now it's an issue. Now he's a house Negro. Now he has something against somebody. Man, y'all sit down, man. Y'all sit down. This is only your favoritism. Because if he was all of that, how come? Because I remember when he signed with the NFL, people were just like, because I was critical of it, right? But people were just like, man, y'all need to be quiet. This is a boss move. This is chess. He's playing chess. He gonna infiltrate on the inside so we can get this and all this. After all the marching that we did, or the kneeling rather, that Kaepernick went through, we thought it was a slap in the face for Jay-Z to go get that bag. I agree with that. But now y'all want to talk about this after he's been in years in the game, giving you remarkable halftime shows. But since Lil Wayne ain't doing it now, it's an issue. Y'all are just mad because Kendrick performing, man. That's all that it is. We about to see Black Panther outfits, crip walking, subtle Drake shots predictable. We already seen that from him. No, we haven't seen it. No, we haven't. Black Panther stuff. No, he hadn't done that yet. We about to see it at the Super Bowl, though. Him and Dave Free about to go crazy with it. Crazy. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. But for all those folks who would call, where was all the smoke for Jay-Z when he first signed with the NFL? You know, where was all that energy? Where was all that smoke? Now, since your favorite rapper can't perform, now it's an issue. Y'all Negroes make me sick. But let me keep moving because I ain't gonna be on here all night. So Beyonce, she snubbed for the Country Music Awards nominations. Beyonce got snubbed. Now, let me show y'all this. If you look right here, her dad even came out and said, Matthew Knowles on Beyonce, CMA snub is white and the black thing. There's a dark history here. Okay. So Beyonce, from my understanding, I mean, I know she put out the country album, but it's the highest selling country album, right? And you know, she's not elected for any of the awards. She's not nominated for any of the awards, the Country Music Awards, right? Now, some people are outraged. They're like, man, she's number one and all this other, she's selling the records. Guess what? I'm all for my black folks. I love my black people, but I'm not mad at this situation. I'm not mad at it. What do you mean, J Red? Because even though we started country music, they took it over and they're gatekeeping it. That's cool. That's fine. Why can't we do the same thing? Why can't we do the same thing? See, we don't have to depend on their awards. And I'm sure Beyonce ain't tripping about this, by the way. But for those who are upset that she ventured off and went into another genre that's white ran, right? People are upset about that. But what do you expect? That's gatekeeping their culture. If we did that in hip hop and not have people like Post Malone come in, do a hip hop record or do a couple of hip hop albums, then venture off and go do the stuff he really wants to do, the country and pop and all this other stuff, we would be in a better position as black people by now. Or as I don't even go say black people, but just as a culture. I mean, it was created by Foundation of Black Americans, right? But we need to gatekeep our culture like they gatekeep their culture. We need to gatekeep our genre like they gatekeep their genre. I don't see a problem with this. That's their stuff. That's like coming into somebody's house, setting up shop, and then being okay with you staying there. No rent being paid, no nothing. They just, okay, cool, right? If we did it the same way that they did it, oh, we would be in a way better position. So I'm not mad at this. Now, I salute Beyonce for going back and doing country music because that's where it started. It started from us. It came from us. And hopefully that inspires other people to do the same thing. Now, I understand Shabuzi, he got nominated for a couple of awards or one award. I don't know. But at the end of the day, they did this on purpose to stick it to Beyonce. That's fine. We need our own award shows anyway. So I'm not mad at them. This is something to learn from and something to study. Okay. No black person should be upset about this because she's in their playing field. Now, she happened to one up from their playing field. Hopefully she goes on tours and makes the money. But how come she couldn't put her money and resource together to make her own country music awards? That's how I look at it as. I'm not mad about that. Let us do the same thing. Let us do the same thing, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Ali Muhammad from First Person Shooter to Kendrick performing at the Super Bowl. Full circle moment. Big as the what? Big as the what? Laker for life. You see that? Yes, we did. Can't remember the award show, but he did something like that when he performed. Besides Wayne, I'd rather see Chris Brown. Now, Chris Brown will be a great performer. That ain't gonna happen under Jay-Z's watch, but he would be nonetheless. But yeah, so shout out to Beyonce. Keep doing your thing, sister. Now, this is another thing I wanted to talk about right here. Big Sean. Now, Big Sean just dropped an album. What is it called? I forgot. Let me see. Better you than me. I'm sorry, better me than you. All right. Now, look at this. Big Sean receives unfortunate final sales results for Better Me Than You. All right. He got a lot of guest features and stuff like this, and he's gonna sell 22,000 copies of his newest effort the first week. Oh, man, that's an issue. That's an issue. The main reason I say that that's an issue is because he's Big Sean. Now listen, I've been very critical of Big Sean, but I'm not naive to know his presence and know his capability of selling his records. His last few albums have went platinum. This is the lowest first week sales of his career, and I blame Def Jam. I blame Def Jam. Did y'all even know that Big Sean had an album that came out? The rollout was terrible. Me and DJ PM talked about this, but the rollout was terrible. I'm talking about horrible. I didn't even know he had an album dropping. Well, I think I did know. I just didn't know that the day that it dropped. Like last Friday, I heard that it dropped. I was like, oh, okay. But there wasn't really no promo for it. I saw he made the Double XL magazine cover, but that's after the fact. You're supposed to build up to the album. Def Jam just put this out. So that's a real bad look for an artist of his caliber and his presence and his notoriety to do 22,000 the first week. Now, some people were like, he ain't had no hit singles lead. You don't need that when you're at Big Sean's age. I'm sorry, stage in his career. He's like, and this Big Sean has been out since what, like 2011? Like 2011 actively. I'm talking about not mixtapes, but albums, official albums. Since like 2011, ain't that when Finally Famous dropped? So that was over a decade ago, a decade and some change. So if you look at his first week numbers, he's always at least in the six figures. Now, I'm not saying in 2024 he would have been, but damn, 22,000. But I think that they dropped the ball. Def Jam really dropped the ball. Def Jam did, because he might as well be independent selling that much. That's ridiculous. So yeah, Def Jam dropped the ball. I wonder if he's gonna still be on there, how many albums he has left. What was that about? That was very disappointing. You said first time in his career where Dot has felt big as a Super Bowl. It's an everyday thing for Drake. Alexa, play Thank Me Now. So why is Drake not performing at the Super Bowl? Does Drake have the hottest album of this year? Does Drake have the hottest single of this year? Can Drake make a number one hit to save his life right now? So therefore, he's not big as the what? The big as the who? No. Man, I love this game. All right, let me talk about LL Cool J, man. Is LL Cool J the GOAT? The greatest of all time? And I'm not talking about one of the GOATs. I'm not talking about one of the few GOATs. I'm talking about the greatest rapper of all time. Now, the reason I'm asking that is because I heard his album that just came out. It's called The Force. And when I tell you that's one of the best projects that I've heard in a while. See, it's only a couple of projects, his and Eminem's, that I've liked this year as far as mainstream hip hop. Because if I say that these are the best albums that came out this year, y'all gonna be in the comments, you never heard of Lil Nut. He got an album, not the independent rappers and the less known rappers. I'm talking about mainstream rappers. LL Cool J put out a solid body of work with and it was exclusively produced by Q-Tip from start to finish. Now, some songs are cool, but most of the songs are great. Lyrically, he's on another level, and LL is damn near 60, ain't he? Like 56, 57, something like that. So he's closer to 60 than he is 50, but spitting at a superb level. Y'all go and check out the album, The Force. My favorite song on there is called Passion. That Passion song is incredible. The song with Saweetie is incredible. The song with Nas and Busta is dope. The song with Snoop is dope, called Cyrus or The Mind of Cyrus or anything like that, or something like that. He's spitting at a high level. So the reason I'm bringing that up is because LL came out in the 80s. LL came out in the 80s. Now, is he putting out platinum and gold records these days? Nah. But for an artist, first of all, let's dive back. He went from the 80s to the 90s to the 2000s. He went from the 80s, 90s, early 2000s. No rapper from the 80s during that time lasted out of the 80s. I'm talking about on a high level. Run DMC, Big Daddy Kane, KRS. Well, KRS-One kind of, but when you think about being like the number one who would put up number one records and stuff, LL came out during that old school time. You know what I'm saying? Like feel like the ancient hip hop time. So he was able to transcend into the 90s, right? Rock the 90s out. Then he went into the 2000s, was able to usher that in, working with the Neptunes and stuff like that. And he ended up slowing down like 2006, 2007, and then, hit wise. But him still being able to put out and delivering albums and still have his presence in the game. I mean, he was the first one. He even coined the term GOAT. I think his album was called GOAT. So that came from LL Cool J. So is he truly the GOAT? He's been performing at a high level since 1984 or something like that. Ain't that when his first album came out? I wasn't even alive when his first album. When did LL's first album come out? Hold on. Let me see. The album was called Radio. What year? 1985. He signed to Def Jam in 1984. I wasn't even alive when LL Cool J first came out. And this man is still rapping on a superb level. On Def Jam, by the way. He's on Def Jam. Collabing with Rick Ross, Fat Joe, Saweetie. Like, what 56-year-old rapper is doing? And he still has this presence. Now, is this album going to go platinum and stuff? Nah, but that don't really matter at this particular point. So I think it's debatable. First, I would say Jay-Z, because Jay-Z could drop an album today and it go platinum success-wise. Stuff that he's done outside of music. But LL still has a hefty acting career, business deals. His albums just may not go platinum, or he don't make quote-unquote hit records, but he makes great music. So is he the greatest of all time? He came out in the 80s. He's too busy being an ambassador for a whole. Oh, here we go with Drake, ambassador. But guess what? Who watches the World Cup? The World Cup has more viewership than the Super Bowl. Okay, then how come all the advertisements aren't on there? I've never watched the World Cup, period. The Super Bowl is who the advertisers go to. You're talking about the viewership as far as social media. We're not talking about social media. We're talking about the whole aspect of it. Nobody watches no damn World Cup like that. Not us. We don't watch that. He's an ambassador of that. Who finna watch it? You, Laker for Life? I can't tell you when the World Cup is. He's the ambassador. Is he performing? Will everybody's eyes be glued on the World Cup? No. Everybody's eyes are glued on the Super Bowl. How much does it cost to get a commercial on the World Cup? But let me not get distracted. Let's keep talking about LL Cool J. LL Cool J is the GOAT. Is he the GOAT? Y'all let me know in the comments what you feel about LL Cool J, if you feel like he's the GOAT. If not, I think this album, The Force, check it out if you haven't already. This is a worthy debate to where he's the greatest of all time. Actively putting out albums since 1985, before I was born, still putting out albums now, great quality. It's very, very debatable to see if he's the GOAT. All right, let me get back to the comments. Since y'all want to talk about Drake, you said, I sincerely think that something is to be said about how the newer artists are demonstrating the sticking power that the old heads have shown. This includes legacy old heads and younger ones like Cole. Yep, I agree. And I salute LL because of that. Like, he's able to adapt. He's always been able to adapt within the culture. Like, think about this, man, you know how hard it is to have rapped in the 80s and transcend into the 90s? Just that right there. Then rapping from the 90s to go into the 2000s, that's a lot. You say, yeah, because the world is bigger than the US. The world doesn't exist. Bro, you still upset about this Drake thing, man? I mean, yeah, the world watches the Super Bowl and the World Cup, but that's not what advertisers go to. I can guarantee you an ad on the Super Bowl costs way more than the ad on the damn World Cup. Be serious, bro. Serious question. Do you think Drake will ever play the Super Bowl? He's definitely worthy, body of work. I think he could for sure. Oh, yeah, for sure. Drake could do it before Kendrick. Yeah, he could. The question is, will they pick him to do it, though? All this complaining that they doing makes you not want to see Drake at the damn Super Bowl. But yeah, he definitely could. Shout out to Ashley. You said, what I miss. Yes, I love LL. Man, we've been talking about this whole Drake thing. With Kendrick performing at the Super Bowl. Laker for Life is crashing out like DJ Academics right now. Oh, you said are not demonstrating. Yeah, we've been talking about that. But one more thing I want to cover real quick. Did y'all see Dame Dash, his teeth pop out? His teeth had popped out and showed ninjas. Dame Dash's teeth popped out and showed ninjas. Let me show y'all what happened in case you've been hiding under a rock. Hold on. Did I send that to myself? No, you know what? Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So Dame Dash, so y'all know Dame Dash has been having a back and forth with 50 Cent going on right now. So let me get y'all up to speed. So Dame Dash got upset that 50 Cent called him out because right now Dame Dash owes like $8 million in taxes, child support, a whole bunch of stuff. Way back in the day when 50 Cent signed his first record deal with Shady Aftermath, he got $1 million advance or $1 million. I don't know if it was an advance or a bonus. But Dame Dash told him $1 million ain't no money. 50 Cent resented that and remembers that to this day. And 50 Cent appeared on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast and said he'll never forget that. And now Dame don't have no money. So Dame got upset, responded saying, hey, I got my own platform, my own Netflix. Do you have your own Netflix? Let's battle that out. Let's put our movies up and see who gets the most, I'm paraphrasing, but the most viewership or something like that. So Dame didn't like that take too kindly. And then Dame started popping ish on social media. So he was live on Instagram and this had happened. He was talking.
Yeah, I would get with homie if he want to work. We could work. I'm never mad at generals linking up. So again, you know, I wouldn't even have acknowledged him if I didn't think he was worthy of an opponent. How real it is. I want to see if I'm the real deal.
Is this okay? Here we go.
Oh, see if I'm the real deal.
Ooh,
real deal.
Ooh,
real deal.
You
know what I'm saying?
So boom, his teeth popped out, and then let's see. He addressed it right here.
I feel like I need to address the teeth. First of all, they know yet. Sorry about that. First of all, shit is not dentures. These are my grills, right? And what happened was, you know, I have to go get implants put in. So I have implants, and I got them 20 years ago. And every 20 years, you got to switch them out. So I have to do a surgery, pause, oral, and the fucked up shit is once they do it, and yeah, so I'm gonna show you a look. Okay, I got. So that's what happened to Prince. But you know, I thought it was hilarious. I ain't tried to edit it. I think it's good for jokes and shit.
So there you have it. Dame Dash showed his, you know, I'm quite sure he didn't expect for the dentures to pop out, but he said that's his grill. Those are dentures, Dame. And people, you know, are looking at Dame like, okay, bro, you're embarrassing yourself, you're crashing out, which I mean, you know, it is what it is with Dame. I just hope for the best for Dame. I think Dame's ego and attitude got him to where he is. I think that people should think like Dame, but not move like Dame. I think people should operate their thinking pattern to own your stuff like Dame, but I think people shouldn't act like Dame. Dame burned so many bridges. He's in the position that he's in right now because he didn't know how to move. That's pretty much now. Jay-Z has done some shady stuff, some sneaky stuff for sure. But Kanye even said it himself. Jay-Z knew how to move in a room full of vultures. Dame is too, you know, like it's one thing to be about ownership and not taking no for an answer and all this other stuff, right? But it's another thing to overdo it. And I think Dame did do that. And you see right now his pride and ego is shot, but he's still trying to look cool. So much to where you doing all that stuff, Dame, and then your grill popping out. You're looking real bad out here, man. You know, it's embarrassing. Like I said, I love Dame's what he speaks about. I love his mentality. I just am not a fan of how he moved and how he operated. Who gives a damn about the World Cup, bro? Tell him, Muhammad. He said, who gives a F about the World Cup? 5 billion people do compared to 100 mil for the Super Bowl. Difference is Dot needs the Super Bowl. Wayne and Drake don't. It was just about respect. So, whoa. If Wayne don't need the Super Bowl, why are people vouching for him so bad? Because I thought he was the GOAT, right? If he's the GOAT, why are people saying, like Nicki Minaj saying, you're denying him? This would have solidified him. Why does he need the Super Bowl? Why you're saying he don't need it, but everybody else seems to not think so. Are you serious? Because it's about respect. Nah, as Drake say, nah, Laker for life. No, you can't do that. You can't say he don't need it, and now he needs the respect. So which one? You say he don't need it, but he needs the respect. And how does Kendrick don't need the damn Super Bowl either? Not Like Us is the Super Bowl. What rapper right now has a bigger record than Kendrick Lamar? What rapper in the last 10 years, including Drake, had a big record like Not Like Us? What's the last massively big Drake single? I can tell you, In My Feelings, that was 2018. But In My Feelings wasn't even as big as Not Like Us. Of course, because drama is attached to it, of course. But no, you talking about if Drake and Wayne don't need the Super Bowl, damn sure Kendrick don't. Everybody was looking to see if Kendrick was going to drop an album. See, this is the thing, man. It's y'all have to admit Drake took the L. It is what it is. Kendrick is performing at the biggest show in the world. Nobody, you talking about 5 billion people watching the World Cup. I can't name you anything. What the World Cup is that soccer? What's the World Cup? What is that? I don't even know what sport that is, to be honest. Ain't that? I don't know what the World Cup is, to be honest. Drake can be an ambassador all day, but Kendrick is going to get more exposure from this than Drake would at the damn ambassador, being an ambassador for the World Cup. Ooh, ain't nobody buzzing about that. There haven't been any news and people rallying behind it like that. Ain't nobody talking about it except Drake fans. That's it. Yeah, he definitely needs Not Like Us. The only thing carrying his career right now. That's, you know what? People only say that because they don't like Kendrick, right? If Drake would have won this battle, people would have been saying, oh, Drake is the god. Kendrick ain't nothing. Da-da-da. Kendrick wins the battle, a bunch of smoke. A bunch of, oh, he needed Drake. He needed Drake. After having one of the most highest grossing tours in the world, 4 albums, 3 of them arguably considered classics, more Grammys than Drake. See, we want to talk about statistics and all this other stuff. Come on now. We could go that route. Y'all, we would talk about numbers. He's been smashing Drake with numbers, but we don't want to talk about numbers. They even lied, said he had bots. That was proven false. So Laker for life. He got to take that L. More grossing than Drake's. Now, Drake ended up doing it. If Kendrick went on tour right now, he would smash Drake's numbers. He would smash. Notice why he's performing at the Super Bowl. If Kendrick goes on tour right after that, the record would be broken. His tour would sell out fast, instantly. That's what Usher's had did. So let's not even do that. Not gonna lie, I'm confused about the perspective some Drake fans provide in the conversation. Had a friend call K-Dot's Super Bowl spot a part of a stimulus package. Maya, those are hurt people that make up excuses because their favorite rapper lost the battle. They don't know what to do right now. You see what Laker for Life doing. You see what he's doing. He's still trying to compare the two when clearly Kendrick is the winner. This whole thing, we're talking about the biggest rapper in the world right now, Kendrick Lamar, with the biggest hit, is performing at the biggest show. And you got motherfuckers bringing up the World Cup, something that the culture don't watch at all. You got people talking about Kendrick needs this when Kendrick has remarkable albums. You talk about Kendrick needs this. He needs the Super Bowl, but the Super Bowl don't. They coming up with all kind of stuff, calling Jay-Z a house Negro. They flip narratives because they really wanted Drake to win. Drake lost so bad that they have to create narratives. I thought that he won. Why is he talking about a round 2? If Drake won, why the hell would you talk about a round 2? Winners don't choose round 2. I've already discussed this. He lost, and they can't accept it. They swinging at the air right now. They don't know what to do. They just swinging at the air. swinging at the air. And didn't one of the countries play Not Like Us a response to Drake bet? Did I guess so. I think so. Yeah, Not Like Us performing 3 hours straight. Drake couldn't do that if he wanted to right now. Argentina, yep. I think that's what it was. So the world is only about the culture. It's bigger than the artist, it's level. So Laker for Life, why isn't the world talking about Drake right now? Performing, being an ambassador for the World Cup. Ain't nobody talking about that but y'all. I didn't see no headlines about that nowhere. We're all talking about Kendrick. You are talking right now. This isn't about the World Cup. I bet you my viewership wouldn't even be nothing talking about Drake at the World Cup. That is boring. The reason people are in tune right now, talking in the chat right now, is because Kendrick is performing at the Super Bowl. It will be the same way as if Drake performed at the Super Bowl. It'd be the same thing. I guarantee. Laker for Life, answer this. Does it cost more to have a commercial on the World Cup or the Super Bowl? Does it cost more to have a commercial play on the World Cup or the Super Bowl? You tell me that. If you say World Cup, you're lying to yourself. You're lying. But anyway, what are y'all gonna wear to Drake's funeral? My own boy said that. They said that the Super Bowl is gonna be Drake's funeral. What are we gonna wear to it? You said hate is contagious. Hate, blah, blah, blah. So much hate, blah, 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 blah. I can't wait to see Not Like Us perform. I don't care if he performed that 5 times. Hey, I hope you make it to the Super Bowl. Laker for Life, what you gonna do? Lay in the bed, hide the pillow, put that pillow over your face and be like, oh my God, oh my God. Hilarious, y'all. Hilarious. But yeah, man, y'all make sure that y'all subscribe. If you're watching, if you're a new listener, new viewer, whatever, subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/RedsView. Follow me on all social media platforms at JAYR3D. Hit that like button right now. If you're watching and hadn't hit the like button, we got beef. I'm going to make a Euphoria on your ass. I'm going to make a Not Like Us on you and perform that shit twice, 3 times, 4 times. But like I said, man, I ain't going to keep you all night. This is a Monday night. Like I said, I had to go live because tomorrow is the debate. Subscribe, like, yes, indeed. Subscribe, like, share. All right. Shout out to everybody who's been supporting the channel. Laker for Life, Maya. Who else do we have? Ali Muhammad. Shout out to you, Ashley. I see you, sweetie. And everybody else who's watching right now. Rudolph. Shout out to you. Shout out to my frat brother, Norman, everybody who chimed in, and everybody in the future who's going to chime in. I had a real good time with y'all. Laker for Life, shout out to you. It is all love. Love having the debates back and forth. That's what keeps this channel growing. And if you have not, tell a friend and tell a friend. Say, hey, man, you need to watch ResView. Y'all need to watch ResView. Tell them about me. Tell them about the show, the ResView family, the fam bam. You already know what it is. But, man, got to get ready for stuff in the morning and got to watch some wrestling. So I will catch you on the flip side. This is J Red, ResView. We're signing out.